Babu Owino, Bobi Wine's best friend from Kenya, MP Embakasi East, a revolutionary, a visionary leader who were attacked recently by General Museveni in Nairobi, Kenya, when they were endorsing Baba Laila Odinga to be chairman African Union. Today, Babu Owino bangs General Museveni down in nil.
The next level. What makes President Museveni accuse you, in your view?
You know, President Museveni...
And then, after you finish that, tell me what motivates you, because you've had a lot of energy for a very long time.
Thank you. You know, Museveni has been a president since the time I was not born. And there is a time and a season for everything.
But let's first think about that. Baba Owino was born after Museveni was president. Museveni has been president years back before Babu Owino was born. Meaning Babu Owino is a grandchild to General Museveni. And now General Museveni is fighting his grandchildren.
The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 3, a time to be elected a president or to be a president, and a time to be a civilian, and a time to pass the baton. Museveni has done his part for Ugandans, and I believe that Museveni should be a visionary leader, not a missionary leader. A leader with a vision to transform the lives of Ugandans, not a leader with a mission to destroy the lives of Ugandans.
Hey, General Museveni always speaks out strongly that for him, he had a mission. And that mission has to be fulfilled before he leaves power. He never said that, me, I'm a visionary leader. So Babu Owino, what he is speaking is great. General Museveni should not be a missionary leader, but a visionary leader. But if we come in reality, General Museveni is a missionary leader or a visionary leader. According to me, General Museveni is a missionary leader because he always speaks it himself that may I have my mission. My mission with my balalo. We have a mission. That's why he is saying every day. Babu Owino.
A leader who should fight for his people, not a leader who should fight his people. Therefore, we in East Africa, if we see our neighbor's house being on fire, our work is to help put out the fire, not to increase the fire. Museveni found it fit or saw it fit to ban me from going to Uganda. A letter was written to the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
You're banned from going to Uganda.
He banned me from going to Uganda.
Imagine, just think about this. General Museveni banning someone who was born in East Africa, who was born in Africa, to enjoy the freedom of moving around Africa. And he always proclaiming, always fighting, always lying us that is a Pan-Africanism, is a Pan-African. He's fighting for unity, for togetherness, for development of Africa. When he himself, he is not a patriotic African. He's not loving Africa and the people of Africa. He's not giving freedom to Africans to enjoy the Africa we have that were given to us by our God. Ochiraba ayagala atulimba wano muzamwe Pan-African njagala nya Africa era njagala whoever is speaking or is talking about Africa, you must be talking about uniting, joining Africa to be one under one presidents. Yet himself is not practicing it. Babu Owino.
But Uganda is East Africa, you know.
Yeah.
Uganda is your home.
Yeah.
And
so
much more so, you come from Nyanza,
yes,
where we have a large community of your community in Uganda, how can that be justified?
So he says that I am persona non grata and I should not step in the soil of Uganda. But it comes to Kenya using my constituency, through my constituency, which is Jomo Kenyatta International Airport.
Yes.
Don't come to Uganda, but me am free to come in Kenya. And I must pass through your constituents to access Kenya. For you, you are not banned from going to Kenya, but for you are banning people from coming to Uganda. What a president. Oh.
So me, I welcome him.
Yes.
And him, on the other hand, he doesn't want to see me stepping in Uganda.
What did you go to do in Uganda that President Museveni got very uncomfortable with you?
Museveni is saying that we are interfering with his leadership. And what we are advocating for is for Ugandans to fight against the high cost of living again, issues of unemployment, corruption. Just the same challenges we are facing here in Kenya are the challenges that Ugandans are facing. And as a leader in Kenya, I'm not just a leader in Kenya, but a leader in Africa. And I should not see something happening which is wrong and keep quiet about it. And therefore, if I was supporting Ugandans, then it is my democratic right. As a member of opposition in Kenya, under the doctrine of separation of powers, checks and balances, which was opined by a gentleman in France in the 16th century called Charles Louis de Baron, de Secondat, de Montesquieu, and I'm his good student, then I should follow in the footsteps of keeping this country and Uganda, if I see something wrong, in check under that doctrine. It is not wrong that after elections there is the government and then there is the opposition. So then, should opposition laugh with the government? No. Opposition should check the excesses of the government and ensure that the government delivers what they promised to the people during campaigns. I know some of the promises are not contractual. There is no oral contract. It could be an invitation to treat. But all in all, that which you promised in your manifesto, you should clearly deliver to the wananchi. Then when it comes to what motivates me.
Babu Owino. You see, he is a leader, an elected leader, and he is to fight for the people. Not only Kenyans, but Africans, but East Africans. People in Kenya are the same people in Uganda. Because these borders that separate Uganda, Kenya, they are just artificial. They are just formed, they are just made. They are just forced to us. But we are one. We used to move from here to there, to there, to there, because Africa is one. This is our continent. There is no borders in between. We must be moving freely anywhere because this is Africa, the dark continent. So why are you restricting from going there and there? And why are you restricting from talking to issues in Africa? Yet I'm an African. I'm free to fight for Africa anywhere. Because tomorrow I might be living in Kenya. Another day I might be living in Tanzania. Another day might be living in Togo. Another day might be living in West Africa, Congo, Rwanda, Zaire, Namibia, name it. Because I'm an African, I'm not restricted from going anywhere because I'm an African. This is our continent. I might go and settle somewhere where I feel I'm well and I feel okay for me to be there. And I must participate in the politics, in everything that is in Africa. So if Ugandans are crying and Uganda is burning, and me I'm in Kenya, and I just keep quiet, I look at it, I smile, I laugh, I enjoy what's taking place in Uganda, how sure am I that what is taking place in Uganda, the fire that is burning Uganda, is not coming to Kenya? How sure am I that when Kenya is burning, the fire in Kenya is not coming to Uganda? How sure am I that the fire that is in Congo Zaire is not coming to Uganda? Because this is Africa. We are one. There's no borders. These are just creation of colonialists. They just formatted these borders, but they are not there. These are just provinces of Africa. Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania. These are just provinces of Africa. Africa is one continent and must be with one president. Must be under one leadership. These are just provinces. In America, they call them Minnesota, New Jersey, Georgia, everything that is in America is in Africa. Why America is under one president with different for us in Africa, we have different small countries, and these countries with different smaller gods, dictators, destroying Africa in the name of calling themselves revolutionary leaders. Yes, they are revolutionary killers. They are killers because they kill people to sit where they are sitting. And throughout their leadership, they continue killing their own people. Instead of protecting people, Africans, they do kill Africans. So they call themselves revolutionary leaders, visionary leaders, name it, but they are after themselves, not Africans, not the people. That's why General Museveni is fighting Babu Owino, because he is speaking about the injustices in Uganda. General Museveni doesn't want anybody to talk about Uganda. He is painting a picture outside Uganda that he is a revolutionary, he is a visionary, yet he's a missionary, that he is a pro-African, yet he is a pro-my family, that he is fighting for Africa's betterness, but he's fighting for Museveni and the family's betterness. You see, that's why he's fighting whoever is talking about the missile, that you are fighting his family's betterness. The reason why Museveni is fighting Babu Owino, because Museveni is promoting his son to be the next leader of Uganda. And if you talk about his bad rule in the other countries of Africa, you are painting a bad image on him. You are showing people that this guy is bad. So we should not accept anything from him. So people will reject him and his son and the family, meaning that his family will be at a standstill. His family will stop where he has stopped. So he has to fight you to protect his family. He's not fighting Babu Owino to protect Uganda or Ugandans. No, to protect him and the family. So that's General Museveni. But how did this come here? Why Babu is speaking this? What Museveni said on that day. I want to show you what General Museveni said that transpired this one. It was 27th this month in Nairobi, Kenya, when they were endorsing Baba Laila Odinga to be the chairman African Union, and the General Museveni said this.
And just what about Babu Owino ticked off Uganda President Yoweri Museveni? Citing what he called intelligence reports, the Ugandan leader made a beeline for the Embakasi East MP, saying Babu Owino has been working with elements opposed to his government. And as Stephen Leto reports, a political dalliance and personal friendship of two youthful populist politicians may well be behind the apparent outrage of Uganda's president of 38 years. years.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni delivered a long and evidently captivating speech, punctured with stories about his community, the Banyankole, and about his cows and bananas. And the entertaining anecdotes came in between the strong endorsement of Raila Odinga, who he described as an outstanding Pan-Africanist. But then came one reservation.
There are some individuals in Raila's group who I don't think know what they are doing.
According to the Ugandan president, Babu Owino, the Embakasi East MP, has become a constant feature of his intelligence briefings.
You know, I am a consumer of intelligence services. So I always see intelligence service reports. There's a character called Babu. I receive Babu. Dealing with anti-Ugandan group, anti-NRM groups in Ugandans. So I had never chosen him, but now I am choosing Babu.
President Yoweri Museveni has been in power for 38 years, and Bobi Wine, a youthful, popular former musician, has emerged as his closest challenger. The Ugandan opposition firebrand happens to be friends with the equally youthful Babu Owino.
His Excellency Bobi Wine, welcome.
On occasion, Babu Owino has made his views on Uganda political events well known, and he is on record protesting the arrest of Bobi Wine by Museveni's security operatives.
The arrest of one Bobi Wine is cantankerous, it is obnoxious, it is belligerent, and it is causing anguish, consternation, discomposure and discomfiture of spirits among the Ugandans and among members of Africa. And one dictator, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, should know that an injury to one comrade is an injury to all.
Babu Owino and Bobi Wine have also stepped out together in political rallies, notably in Embakasi's Jacaranda grounds and Kibra's Kamukunji grounds in Nairobi. And President Museveni often became their target of sharp attacks.
When I was in prison, the Kenyan brothers and sisters put up pressure. More than 50% of the pressure on the internet all over the world came from Kenya.
Bobi Wine amepigania haki ya wanyonge waliokuwa pale Uganda. Na tulisema ya kwamba na bado tunasema ya kwamba hapa Afrika tunataka to unite kila mtu. Tunataka to unite youth wote wa Afrika.
By expressing discomfort with Babu Owino's dalliance with Bobi Wine, East Africa's longest-serving president paints the youthful Bobi Wine as a consequential opponent. And this, with elections approaching in 2026. And so comes another story from Yoweri Museveni, a story of Babu Owino and Bobi Wine. Stephen Leto, Citizen TV.
That was 27th. This month, we are concluding today, August 2024. General Museveni was in Kenya, Nairobi. They were endorsing Baba to be the African Union leader. On that day, Nagambanze, mpulira wano ebyokunoonyereza kwange ebyokwerinda byange ebya intelligence tubiyite bitya ebyobukesi bwange bindaga nti wano waliwo omusajja Babu Owino ali mu kulwanyisa NRM akitegedde NRM akulagana ne Bobi Wine balwanyise NRM. Nena atagamba nti why Babu Owino is fighting NRM and his rule. Why? Because of the misrule corruption, high cost of living, poor bad roads, poor bad schools, poor medication, everything in Uganda is poor. Election leaguing. There is no freedom in Uganda. Whoever speaks, tortured, imprisoned, killed. Many people are still missing up to now. We don't know where they are, because General Museveni doesn't want to leave power, and he was a president of Uganda before even Babu Owino was born. Was a president of Uganda when Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine was 4 years. Kyagulanyi was 4 years, then Museveni came in power. Many of us, many of you were not born. You were not here. But we're becoming old now. We're becoming big men. We're becoming tata, mamas. We are becoming grandpas. When General Museveni is still here, where are we going? When will we be leaders of tomorrow? Because every day they tell us, you are the leaders of tomorrow. But when are we going to be leaders of our country? When are we going to be leaders of Africa when these old men are not living? The so-called revolutionary leaders. Yeah, they're just missionary leaders. They have a mission, but not a vision for Africa. They're here to fulfill their anguish, to fulfill their needs, family needs, family wants, family missions. You see, that's why they are here. But they are not here to be with a mission to change Uganda, to change our East Africa, to change Africa. No, 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 no. They're about changing themselves from poverty to wealthy. The guy is now the wealthiest African leader. And even in the world, he takes a good number. But he came here with nothing. All that money is from stealing government funds, taxpayers' money, stealing people's land, stealing, killing African industries that he found here, stealing all the money from those industries, even the banks, enriching himself. Many Ugandan big people, rich people, General Museveni found here, they are all dead. The way they die, no one can tell. Their industries are taken over by government and sold to other individuals. Some of those rich people who owned industries, by the time Museveni was not here, they are in prison for owning industries, for being rich, and their industries are being run by individuals from Museveni's family. There are many. And the owners of industries today is General Museveni and his family through the so-called investors, Chinese, that are in Uganda. And those Chinese are not the owners of those industries. No, they are just puppets. They are just put there, scarecrows that are put there by General Museveni to show the world that these ones are constructing industries in Uganda, but those industries are for General Museveni. These Chinese, Indians, they are working for him, using taxpayers' money to put up those industries for him. The guy is rich. The guy is rich. The guy is rich. Babu Owino said that we have to check the government. And that's what Joel Osenyo, the leader of opposition in Uganda, always say, that his law as leader of opposition to check the government. Joel Osenyo has checked the government. Now they want him to be elected by General Museveni. Thank you. that if you are to be a leader of opposition in Uganda, you must be elected by General Museveni. MPs. Babu Owino tukwagala nnyo. Webale nnyo bali eddala kubanga oyagala enkyukakyuka oyagala okola Uganda ne Africa ekulakulana egenda mu maaso. Bano bajjajjaffe basooke bawummulemu then tukwatwala eggwanga lyaffe mu maaso tekijja okuba ekyabadde. Mbagala nnyo. I love you so much wherever you are. God bless.